All right, welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Let's do it.
Today, we're going to break down the final round of the PGA Tour's Players' Championship
Oh, this is a good one.
at TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah, pressure-packed Sunday.
Not just any Sunday, right?
Oh,
This is, as we know,
the fifth major.
this is the big one.
The crown jewel.
You know, and you could tell that the pressure is on for these guys.
Absolutely.
We're going to see some incredible shots. We're going to see the leaderboard kind of flip back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
And in the end, we're going to have a finish that's so close, it's going to go into a playoff.
Unbelievable.
So, first off,
Yeah.
when you look at this, this course, Sawgrass,
Right.
especially those iconic closing holes,
Oh, yeah, 16, 17, 18.
16, 17, 18. I mean, come on.
How much do those play into it?
I think they play into it the whole week.
Right.
They know what's coming down the stretch.
Right.
And even with, the threat of weather kind of looming over them.
Just the tension is just palpable from the get-go.
Yeah, and speaking of that rain threat, they actually had a 3T start.
Oh.
Trying to beat the weather a little bit.
Sure.
Does that create any kind of unexpected advantage
Yeah.
or disadvantage for certain players?
I think so. I think there are players that definitely prefer a calmer, more predictable,
Sure.
situation.
Right.
And when you throw that in there, it kind of adds a little bit of a wrinkle.
It's going to shake some things up.
I think so. Especially when you've got, guys like Tom Hoge, who started off, birdie eagle out of the gate.
Wow.
Briefly was tied for the lead.
Yeah.
And seemed to kind of cool off a little bit.
Yeah, and that early birdie eagle, that must put a lot of pressure
Oh, yeah.
on the rest of the field, to kind of keep up.
Absolutely.
But, even with a final round of 6 under, 66,
That's amazing.
just missed a birdie putt on 18. That could have really shaken things up.
Yeah.
So every stroke really does count at this level.
Every single one of them.
And speaking of pressure,
Yeah.
Rory McIlroy,
Right.
he gets the win.
He does it. It wasn't easy?
No,
No, not at all.
there were some clutch moments,
Yeah.
like that birdie on 12.
Yes.
They gave him, a 2-shot lead.
Yep.
But then he had to grind it out, especially that 4-foot putt to secure the win.
You could just see it.
Oh,
The shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
That weight of trying to close this thing out.
And the whole tournament is, riding on this.
It really is.
You could just see it, And so Rory's kind of battling it out up there at the top.
Right.
Got Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, the world number one.
He's playing, he's consistent,
Yep, is normal.
but couldn't get over the hump this week.
Couldn't quite do it.
You have to wonder, he's been so dominant lately.
Yes, he has.
Does this affect his momentum going forward?
That's a great question. This is a guy that thrives on that consistency.
Right.
He wants to be up there each and every time.
Sure.
And he's proven that week in and week out.
Right.
But I think that, he almost had that hole-in-one on 13.
Oh,
The
yeah.
crowd was going bonkers.
Right.
But even with those bursts of brilliance, just couldn't get enough to get it done this time.
Yeah. And it's those small margins
Yeah.
that really make the difference at this level.
Tiny little margin.
And speaking of players who, they fought hard,
Yeah.
JJ Spawn
Right.
really impressed me.
Yeah.
He battles his way into this playoff.
Yeah.
With some serious grit.
Yeah, especially on 14.
Yeah.
That's one of the hardest holes out there.
That's a tough one.
And to be able to make a birdie there
Right.
when you need it most
Yeah.
shows a lot.
And it shows he can hang with the best of them. And back to that near ace from Scheffler.
Oh, on 13.
On 13.
It was so close.
You could just see, the incredible skill
Yes.
that these players have.
Even under that amount of pressure,
Right. And it's like, how do you even do that?
it's amazing.
And speaking of skill under pressure,
Okay.
Robert McIntyre
Yep.
on 17
Oh, my goodness.
pulls the string
Yeah.
on his approach shot,
What's expo?
lands it right on the green.
Yeah.
17 is so treacherous.
It's a beast.
It is a beast.
And beautiful.
It is a beast.
What a beast.
Remember Wyndham Clark last year?
Oh, I do.
That lip out.
Awful.
It can get you.
Yeah.
But McIntyre makes it look,
Effortless.
yeah, like it's
That
nothing.
awful shot. Yeah.
And then we have this weather delay
Oh, yeah.
that comes in,
Yeah.
adds another element of drama.
Yeah.
Poor Tom Hoge.
Oh.
He's left with this crucial birdie putt, just hanging in the balance
Yep.
when the horn blows.
Talk about a momentum killer.
Right.
Jeez.
Tough break.
Tough break.
You know, and so,
How do you recover from that?
right.
You know?
It's like a whole new tournament.
I think so.
Starts after a delay like that.
Yeah, you got to reset, refocus.
We got to kind of get back into it.
Yep.
You know, and speaking of a new tournament,
Okay.
let's talk about this playoff.
Right.
Leaderboard changing all day long.
Oh, up and down, all over the place.
Multiple players tied at the lead,
Yeah.
and then
I'm in?
3-hole aggregate playoff.
Yes.
First one in 10 years.
At the Players, come on.
At the Players Championship. You know, just
Crazy.
unpredictable nature of golf. You know,
Absolutely.
it can happen
Anything can happen.
at any moment.
Yep, that's why we love it.
And that 3-hole aggregate.
Oh, it adds a whole nother,
Oh, yeah.
level to it.
Yeah, because it's not just about winning one hole.
You got to play all three.
You got to play all three. You got to minimize the mistakes.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah.
And so it comes down to McIlroy and Spawn,
Yep.
two, incredibly talented golfers,
Absolutely.
both hungry
Oh, for sure.
for this win.
Yep.
And this is where it gets really interesting. But before we dive into that playoff,
All right.
let's shift gears a little bit
Okay.
and talk about what this win might mean for Rory's career trajectory.
That's a great point because this isn't just any win.
Right.
This is a statement,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is still a force to be reckoned with.
Right. But could this be more than just a statement?
Okay.
Could this be a turning point?
All right.
That's what we're going to talk about next.
Let's do it. This win at Sawgrass, I think for Rory, it could be a huge, huge confidence boost.
Yeah.
He's been pretty open about the pressure he feels, to win more majors.
Right.
And this win, you look at this field.
Oh, it's stacked.
It's incredible. And to be able to come out on top,
Right.
maybe that's that spark
Right.
to get him going.
Yeah, it's almost like he conquered a mental hurdle out there.
I think so.
The way he handled those last few holes,
Especially that putt.
especially that putt. Just to win it.
Yeah.
Talk about pressure.
Yeah.
But it really shows his mental toughness.
Yeah. No, it really does. And I think that, we talk about winning majors and what it takes.
Right.
And that mental game is so important.
Right.
And he showed that he has that.
So, are we looking at a potential surge from Rory now?
Ooh.
Could this be,
Couple more trophies.
some more major trophies?
Potentially. The talent's there.
Yeah.
He's got the experience.
Yeah.
And now, he's got that belief, right?
Exactly.
That he can get it done.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see, how he carries this momentum.
Right.
But let's rewind a little bit. Let's go back to that playoff.
Yeah, let's break down this playoff because
Heart-stopping.
it is. And remember,
3-hole aggregate.
3-hole aggregate.
It's different.
It adds a whole different element,
Oh, yeah.
because you're not just trying to win a hole.
You got to manage all three.
You got to manage all three. You got to come out with the lowest score.
Yep.
And, both Rory and Spawn,
Yeah.
they knew going into this,
Every shot counts.
every shot counts.
Yep.
And, they both played 16 pretty strategically,
Was fine.
laying up instead of going for the green.
Yeah, especially under that pressure.
Under that pressure.
You don't want to
Right.
take that risk.
Make a mistake.
Exactly.
So it's like, play it safe.
Give yourself a chance.
Right. Set yourself up for that birdie,
Yep.
and then,
Then comes 17.
17.
The island green.
The island green.
Makes even the best in the world nervous.
Oh, yeah. And they both find the green,
They do.
but the putts,
Not exactly what you want to see.
Well, nobody said it was going to be easy,
No, not at all.
but man, the tension must have been so thick.
Oh, yeah. I bet you could cut it with a knife.
And then we get to 18,
The final hole.
the final hole of the tournament,
And the decider.
the decider.
Oh, man.
Just the intensity.
At the crowd. On the edge of their seat.
On the edge of their seats.
It was electric.
Yeah.
All eyes on Rory and Spawn.
And going into this,
Remember, Rory's up by 1.
up by 1,
The Spawn's got to make something happen.
he's got at least a birdie to tie,
At least.
And
you know what? He hits a great approach shot.
okay,
Leaves himself a really good look at birdie.
okay,
But just misses it.
just misses it.
So now Rory just needs to 2-putt for the win.
2-putt for the win, that's all he needs.
And you know what?
What?
He does it.
He does it.
Calm, cool, and collected.
Sinks it.
Sinks the putt, wins the Players' Championship.
What a moment.
What a moment. Talk about a feel.
Just to win in such a dramatic fashion.
Yeah.
It's got to be just amazing.
And again, we talk about resilience.
Right.
Skill, mental toughness.
He showed it all.
He showed it all.
Right.
Yeah.
And like you said, this could be a turning point for him.
I think so.
This could be, the start of something really special.
We'll see.
But let's not forget about J.J. Spawn.
Absolutely not.
He might not have gotten the win,
Nope.
but he showed some incredible grit
He did.
and determination,
Absolutely.
throughout this whole tournament.
Yeah, his performance is definitely not overshadowed by Rory's win.
He proved he can play with the best,
He's got the game.
and
Yeah.
he's one to watch.
Absolutely.
So, going back to Rory,
All right.
let's dive a little deeper into what this victory might mean for his career.
Okay.
What makes this particular win
Okay.
so significant?
Well, like we said, this is the 5th major. The field, you can't get any better than this.
Right.
And TPC Sawgrass,
Of course.
a beast.
A beast.
So to be able to put it all together and
Yeah.
come out on top,
Yeah.
that's huge, even for someone like Rory.
So, it validates his talent.
Yeah.
It shows he can perform under pressure.
Yeah.
But I think more importantly,
Okay.
the psychological impact.
Yeah.
You know,
Big time.
in what way?
Well, Rory's talked about, his struggles mentally,
Right.
especially when it comes to the majors.
Yeah.
That pressure
It's to him.
sometimes gets to him. And
Right.
so for him to overcome that here,
Yeah, could this be that breakthrough?
I think it could be.
It's almost like, okay,
He's proven to himself
yeah,
that he can handle it
he can do it.
when it matters the most.
Yeah.
So
It's like he exercised those demons.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, big time.
And so that newfound confidence,
That's dangerous
that's dangerous.
for the rest of the field.
For the rest of the field, this could be a game changer.
I think so.
I'm starting to see why you think this is a turning point.
Yeah, that's possible.
But, let's not forget about the other players out there
Right.
who really made this tournament
And memorable.
memorable. We had
Tom Hoge.
Tom Hoge,
Robert McIntyre.
Albert McIntyre, just incredible play.
Showing their talent,
Yeah.
and that grit.
And it's those moments.
That's what we remember.
Yeah.
It shows you that, golf's a game of inches.
right?
Every shot matters.
Every shot mattered. Every decision.
It can all come down to one little thing,
That's right.
and it makes it so captivating,
Oh, absolutely.
and those bursts of brilliance.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So this year's Players' Championship,
What a tournament.
it really was. And, you see all this talent out there, the depth of the field.
It's incredible. It's incredible,
Mm.
And so,
Leaves us with one question.
yeah.
Can Rory build on this?
Can he keep it going?
Can he win another major?
That's the question. And I think everyone's going to be watching,
Oh, for sure.
to see, what happens next.
Absolutely.
But before we wrap up,
Okay.
I really want to emphasize to our listeners, go check this out.
Oh, you got to see this.
Check out the highlights
At least the highlights.
or even the full coverage
If you can,
of this year's Players' Championship.
you won't regret it.
You will not be disappointed.
Nope.
And with that,
Yes.
we come to the end of our deep dive
It's been a good one.
on the Players' Championship.
It has.
We've analyzed those key moments.
Oh, yeah.
We've explored those strategies.
We did.
And we've discussed the implications
Absolutely.
of this thrilling tournament.
Couldn't have asked for a better one.
And I got to tell you,
Yeah.
it showcased some of the best golf
The best.
in the world.
And we can't wait to see what's next.
What's next? But, until next time,
Yeah.
keep exploring, keep learning,
Keep diving deep.
and keep diving deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really was an incredible tournament. And even though Rory's win was the big story,
Oh, yeah. The headline.
there were so many other great moments throughout the week.
For sure. You think about guys like Tom Hoge,
Great.
who started off with that birdie eagle,
Right out of the gate.
and then Robert McIntyre.
Yeah.
With that incredible shot on 17.
Yeah. What a shot.
Come on.
And those moments really remind us that golf is so much more than just skill.
It's a mental game.
It's a mental game. It's that fortitude
Absolutely.
to be able to push through, and speaking of mental fortitude,
Okay.
let's go back to Rory.
All right.
We've talked about this potential impact of the win,
Right.
but how does this actually translate
Yeah.
into future success?
Okay.
Especially in those majors
Right.
he's been chasing.
Well, that's the question, isn't it? Everyone wants to know, how does he take this and move forward?
Yeah.
And I think it all comes down to expectation.
Yeah.
This win, it raises the bar.
Yeah, the pressure's even higher now.
Oh, yeah, especially at the majors.
So actually at the majors. So how do you take that confidence
Right.
and use it, but not let the pressure get to you?
Yeah. It's a delicate balance,
Yeah.
You got to find that sweet spot.
Right.
But I think if Rory can, keep that same focus
Right.
that same determination he had at Sawgrass,
Yeah.
he's going to be a tough guy to beat.
He's going to be right there in the mix.
Oh, yeah.
You know, no matter where he tees it up.
No doubt.
And you know, we also have to remember,
Okay.
he's still young,
Relatively speaking.
relatively speaking, you
Yeah.
know, for a golfer.
Right. He's got plenty of time.
Plenty of time to achieve those goals.
You know, I think sometimes we get caught up
Right.
in, you know, we want results right away,
All right, we want it now.
right now. But golf is a marathon.
It's a long game.
It's a long game. You got to play it over time.
You got to be patient.
You got to be patient.
You know, and I think this win could really be the start of something special.
It could be a whole new chapter.
A whole new chapter for Rory.
Yeah, one marked by, you know, consistent success
Right.
and that hunger for those major titles.
That hunger for those major titles. You know, it's exciting to think about what could be.
I know. I can't wait to see it unfold.
You know, and as we kind of wrap up our deep dive here,
Okay.
you know, I think we need to talk about something
All right.
that often gets overlooked in sports.
What's that?
Luck.
Luck. Yeah, that's interesting.
And how big of a role does luck play?
It's huge.
In golf.
Especially in golf. I mean, think about that weather delay.
Right. It affected some players differently.
Some guys, it helped them.
Yeah.
Some guys, not so much.
You know, and it's those little things.
A bounce of the ball.
The bounce of the ball, the roll.
Leyland.
Yeah, it can make all the difference.
Same changer.
You know, and so that element of chance,
Oh, yeah.
it's just another thing
Keeps it
that
exciting.
makes it so great.
Absolutely.
But even with those lucky breaks
Right.
or the lack thereof,
It comes down to those players
yeah,
and their skill and their mental toughness.
that's what really shined through.
That's what makes it so captivating.
Absolutely, and that's why we love this game.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So to all of you listening out there,
Yeah.
go check out the highlights
At least the highlight.
or the full coverage
If you have time,
of this year's Players Championship.
it was amazing.
Dramatic shots,
Shifting momentum.
that playoff finish. Oh my goodness.
Incredible.
You know, you'll see some of the best golf in the world,
Not bad.
and you'll get a better understanding
Of just how complex
of this game.
this game is.
You know,
Amazing.
And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning,
Keep diving deep.
and keep diving deep